Okay there, Mr. Potty Mouth. What do you have for everybody?
Well, something else is coming out of the camp of Lamar Jackson. A representative that is not certified by the NFLPA has contacted multiple teams on behalf of Lamar Jackson. Now, if you remember, this incident happened before with Roquan Smith last year after he requested a trade from the Bears. There was a representative that wasn't certified contacting teams on his behalf.
Yeah.
NFL sent a memo, it got worked out, but now we have this.
May I?
Yeah. Please.
When are people going to figure out this dude's not bright? I mean, let's really look at this. Because Laramie Tunsil has already shown you can wear a bong mask. Mm-hmm. If you're really good at your job, you might be able to rep yourself. Do you play hard? Do you not quit on your team? Do you know how to conduct a negotiation and get a legitimate deal? From the go, Lamar had his mommy repping him, then he's repping himself. Now I got some bum off the street that's not certified, and Lamar wants a deal no one's going to give. His own owner told him, I'm not going to give you that deal. He wants $250 million fully guaranteed. But, what about the Browns? Last I checked, Jimmy Haslam doesn't own the Ravens. So whatever they did, that ain't what Steve Bisciotti's doing. So here's what you could have done. You could have hired a power agent, a Jimmy Sexton. You could have hired a Drew Rosenhaus. You could have hired a power agent, and you could have played the game the right way, and you could have told the Ravens a year ago, here's the deal. You don't pay me like Deshaun Watson, I publicly demand a trade. I never play with you again, period. But he didn't do that. Now this guy.
Heck, he could have went to Rock Nation. Anybody.
Anyone.
What's Master P doing? You needed a compromise, and he made it all or nothing. And I think that's why he's losing, because when you tell me, if you're not going to give me this, I don't know too many negotiations where you walk in and you get exactly everything that you want.
And he quit on his team. He made a mockery of it. He didn't even travel for the playoff game. And now here's where they are. Rico, I'll continue to say it. I just think a lot of people walk around this world, they think they're a lot smarter than they are. Lamar Jackson, to me, has misplayed this from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So enjoy. Right. I don't get it. I really don't.
I mean, I do think it's a little bit of collusion, but I think the collusion is we're not going to pay him this amount. But I'll say both parties are at fault because he won't budge. And maybe you take a lesser deal for more money or whatever, but you're playing because right now you're not going to win this battle. And the next thing you know, you're going to be Le'Veon Bell.
Is he a Raven past draft night?
Yeah. I think the Ravens are going to be like, hey, we offered you something, and unless somebody offers us, you can come back for this or sit out.
David.
So we all know, and we already know, that the first-round selection was traded to the Carolina Panthers, but there's a report out of The Athletic. The Raiders attempted to trade for the Bears' first overall pick. Here's what was asked. 23, first-round selection, second-round selection this year, 2 future first-round picks, and a future second-round pick. That's what the Bears wanted from the Raiders.
Wait, so the Bears wanted this year's pick?
They wanted to swap the pick, get a second-round pick this year, have 2 future first-round picks and a future second-round pick.
No, I'm not mad at the ask. So I just think the Raiders would have been crazy to say yes. I think Carolina was crazy to say yes.
But you know what? You kind of have to ask the Raiders that because the Raiders do dumb things. So that's why it's insulting if you ask any of the other organizations, like, man, you're crazy. But the Raiders, you may catch them on a bender. Like, sure, why not?
Catch them on a bender.
Since we were talking about Lamar Jackson not having an agent, well, Dalton Schultz does have an agent. And there was a report on Monday that the agent denied. Reports saying that Schultz turned down a 3-year, $36 million deal to remain with the Dallas Cowboys. Well, if you pay attention to the news, Dalton Schultz signed a 1-year deal worth up to $9 million with the Houston Texans, $6.25 million, $2.75 in incentives. Somebody made a mistake here. He overvalue himself.
Doesn't it feel like several players, whether it's, and again, one helped the Lions and one, in the opinion of many, hurt them. Jamal Williams misplayed the market, him and his representation.
Mike Gesicki misplayed the market.
Mike Gesicki misplayed it. How about C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
Correct.
Misplayed the market with Philly. Just feels like there's a little bit of a correction going on, and guys are having to take less. And the Cowboys said, fine, you don't want to take our money, we'll trade for Brandon Cooks. We'll allocate those dollars somewhere else.
Yeah, I think a lot of people bet on themselves, and it does. I think a lot of this goes back to Deshaun Watson, and you saw what he got, and he hadn't played, and players felt like, you know what, the money is there. This is all monopoly money to you guys anyway, so I'm going to hold out for mine. And I do. Watson's deal is causing a lot of organizations to say, yeah, we can't operate that way. And, yeah, you bet on yourself, but when you bet, sometimes you lose.
Yeah, just a quick question here because we are about 2 weeks from the start or when free agency started. We found out news about Aaron Rodgers and what he wanted to do, and his intention was to play for the Jets, and yet we still have nothing. Nothing has been solved. No compensation has been figured out. How long will it become draft time?
Yep.
And he will still be a Green Bay Packer?
Yes. I think the Packers have already told you they don't care if he plays. They don't care if he retires. They don't care. They're ready to just keep moving forward until or unless the Jets give them what they want.
Right, but now if the draft happens, then at that point you got to kick it to next year, right?
Right, he'd have to sit out.
Yeah. And the Jets don't want picks from next year. Well, at least initially, they want some picks this year.
Right.
Pack don't care. That money's hurting them right now during free agency. So if they don't care now, why would they care later?
Yeah, this has gone full. I'm going to burn this house down. If I can't have it, you can't either.
So, according to
and you hate to see it.
You do. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Roger Goodell and the NFL owners are expected to finalize a multi-year contract extension for him at the owners' meeting. This will be the 4th extension for Roger Goodell. Numbers are out there, but he was already getting paid close to $46 million. I mean, he's done with the league. He's got a lot of money now from the Broncos sale that he helped facilitate.
Sure.
The Commanders sale that he's about to help facilitate. He's well deserving, right?
No. No, I mean, you're not supposed to like a commissioner.
It's true.
He's a rich guy's puppet.
Right.
He's their meat shield. So, no, you don't have to like him. I mean, he works at the behest of the owners. He goes out. He'll say ridiculous things he doesn't believe in. He'll get ripped for it because he's paid to. Mm-hmm. By the end of this, David, he's going to be making $75 million a year.
So yeah, for $75 million, yeah, I'll take all the blame. Yeah, it's all my fault. Don't care. Checks keep cashing.
So we've heard of these before, I believe, but now it seems to be happening more and more. We have the pro days, of course. We know those happen every year in universities. But we have a former NFL player that's going back to his college for a workout, and his name is DJ Fluker. He will be working out for teams at Alabama's upcoming pro day. He is down to 330 pounds. He looks to be in great shape. Now, are these going to work out for these players to get?
No.
What do these players expect? To get an actual contract or just a tryout?
Tryout.
Invite.
Yep. NFL teams very rarely do the comeback trail thing. And Fluker, look, he was a first-round pick. It didn't work. He ballooned up to 400 pounds. I mean, yeah, he's got his body in order. Pictures look good. But here's the reality. When you stop playing, and you stop playing for an extended period of time, ask Deshaun Watson. Very hard to get it back. I would be stunned if a team gave him a contract.
I think you want to try out. And honestly, if you're a guy like DJ Fluker, maybe you get a league minimum deal with a ton of incentives the carrot to keep you going and get motivated. But you just want somebody to say, you know what? Here's a ticket. Show up. Let's see what you got amongst our competition.
And there's going to be a ton of eyes at Alabama's pro day anyway.
Right. So it doesn't hurt. Yeah, if I'm the Lions, if I'm any other team, I'll take a look and see what happens because looking's free.
You're exactly right about that. And that is in football today.